Hey everyone, Pi Studios here. I'm going to be following up on my first Soul Hackers 2 video. A couple things have come out since then that I want to talk about. So, yeah. First things first, I'm really appreciative of how well the first Soul Hackers 2 video did. Thank you everyone who was sharing it and then supporting it with likes and comments. I really appreciate it. Let's hope this video can get the same amount of support, eh? Let's start the video off by saying that Soul Hackers 2 isn't necessarily a direct sequel, it is actually more of a reboot. Famitsu asked, how do you feel about how the game turned out, and what would you like to say to our readers? And Hirata says, this is the first completely new game in the series in 25 years. It is more of a reboot than a sequel, and we're putting all of our effort into it. We've included many elements to meet the expectations of Soul Hackers fans, so we hope you enjoy the title as much as we will do. I can't read, reading is hard. There's another paragraph in the article where Ishida says that they're trying to keep as many elements as they can from the original Soul Hackers while still making it feel like a modern Atlas title. It'll be interesting to figure out what they're picking and pulling from modern Atlas titles and classic Atlas titles to put into this new game. Not only that, but we now have full confirmation that Ringo is going to be fully voiced, which is really cool and really different for an Atlas title, because as we all know, the vast majority of their MCs barely speak a word. Famitsu says, unusually, for an Atlas RPG, the main character in this game seems to talk a lot. Ishida says, a main character who doesn't speak can be a hurdle for some games. If the main character doesn't speak, it means that the player cannot get into the game unless the characters around him or her explain the world and progression of the story. It's easier to explain the story if the main character can speak and act actively, and we also wanted to change the trend of having mostly male protagonists in the past. And then Hirata says, also, each of the devil summoners in this game are burdened with some kind of serious situation. Ringo and Figue? Fig? Fige? It's Fig. I'm saying it's Fig. In a sense, are depicted as angels, and they are portrayed as innocent and naive. That doesn't have anything to do with this paragraph, but okay. The character design is by Shiro Miwa. I don't know who that is, that doesn't have any relevance to me, but apparently they've done work for Square Enix and this series called Dogs. He is best known as the writer and artist for the Dogs manga series. I don't know anything about any dogs, but, you know, sure. He's also done art for Ruby. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it looks like his work or not, because I've never seen a Shiro Miwa thing. So, yeah. And from this article, we can discern that this game might have pretty good antagonists. Famitsu asked, without spoiling anything, can you tell us about the highlights of the story? Ishida says, the interesting aspects of Soul Hackers is that the antagonists have various backgrounds and charms to them. Of course, such elements are still present in this game, so please look forward to it. Hirata says, we're also planning to delve deeper into the other characters in the game, as we did in the previous title. Please look forward to hearing more about them in the future. So, from what we can discern from this, it seems like the characters are going to be pretty good. Hopefully. Hopefully. This article seems to paint a pretty good picture about the game, and I'm fairly excited. Granted, I haven't played the first Soul Hackers, but it doesn't seem like you need to, so that's a good thing for me. Yeah, I cannot wait for this game to come out. Speaking of waiting for this game to come out, here's the next piece of news. If you want to take this news with a grain of salt, I wouldn't blame you, as the retailer that this information came from is fairly unknown. I've literally never heard of this retailer before, but I'm deciding to trust it for now. Video Games New York says, new pre-order, Soul Hackers 2, Xbox One/Series X, reservations are free. The pre-order page actually isn't open. I don't know why it says new pre-order. All you can do right now is put your email in and they'll email you when the pre-order pages are actually up. But what they do have is art of the Xbox One version. It has the rating pending logo on it, so I don't think this is official because the compression on it is horrible. I don't think Atlas would send this out, but it is something. Someone commented, getting a physical Xbox version, and then I said, I highly doubt they make a pre-order page for something that doesn't exist. Video Games New York then replied to me saying it's on the sales sheet, so that is something. Hopefully that sales sheet doesn't mean that it's digital only. Publishers do send out little digital cards with just a code on it, or a code on the receipt when you buy it. So hopefully that is not what this is. But reading the rest of Video Games New York tweet, But you never know on Xbox. Many games have been announced for Xbox and then turned digital only. Microsoft is not very physically friendly, and even less toward indie physical. This isn't really an indie game, I don't know why they said that, but Video Games New York has gotten confirmation that there is going to be some sort of Xbox release in retail. We just don't know if it's a physical. They have art of a physical. Like I said, I don't think this is from Atlas. It looks way too compressed. Yeah, it's something. It's something. If this is true, and when the pre-order pages come out, I'm totally buying this on Xbox. No way I'm not. Gotta tell Atlas where the money's at. My one worry with the Xbox physical is that it may end up like Yakuza Like a Dragon, where the game isn't fully on the disc, and then like half of it you have to download off of the internet. But hopefully this is not the case, as Atlas games generally aren't that big. I think their biggest title is Royal, if I'm not mistaken. It's around like under 40 gigabytes, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully this Soul Hackers 2 Physicals does not end up that way. Alright, for some reason I did not record an outro when I initially did that voiceover, so yeah, if you guys like the video, comment, like, subscribe, all that. Thank you for the support over the recent days, I really appreciate it, and see you guys next time. Peace.